So I'm actually down in London, in Euston, actually just arrived for the Works Christmas do. And as we're on Christmas do, thought I would do the best, the worst, the most horrible list, and the top three, in my opinion, of the Premier League's Christmas jumpers. It's going to be a fun one. So, just for fun, as it's Christmas, I've been looking at all of the Premier League's Christmas jumpers. Obviously, I haven't got a Christmas jumper on myself at the moment, but what we're going to be doing is the absolute gross, the bottom end of the table. We're going to go with the mid-table, and then we're going to go with the Champions League spots and who's going to be the top. We're going to start with the absolute gross, bottom of the league, as far as I'm concerned, and please, whoever you support, don't take offence, it's only a bit of fun. So first off, bottom of the league, I'm sorry, but it's got to be the Norwich Christmas jumper. It's just ghastly. It kind of reminds me of that Albion second kit, and I don't think any Christmas jumper should remind you of that, not at Christmas. Coming up from that, it's got to be the Watford kit. The only thing that you can say it's Watford is that it's black and yellow. The Crystal Palace Christmas jumper, well, it reminds me of something that your nana would knit for you. Come on, you've got to be honest about that one. And then if you look at the Everton and Leicester Christmas jumpers, well, they kind of look a bit like pyjamas, and the sort of pyjamas that you'd only ever wear in private. And then after that, you've got the Southampton kit. Now, I don't mind the Southampton one so bad. It's not too bad. It's Christmas themed. It's literally got that little badge they've stuck on it. And kind of, those are the ones that I would group in a relegation battle. So just outside of the relegation battle, we've got the Chelsea jumper. I think it's almost like the same as last year because they haven't had a transfer, not been able to buy any new wool or anything like that. It's a bit bland. And they're kind of just on the cusp of getting into mid-table. And then we go with the Man United jumper. It's basically a picture of the ground, and they do love Old Trafford with a bit of snow sprinkling on it. A little bit of lacking of imagination in that one for me personally. And then we've got Sheffield United. Lovely nice little penguin. He's got his scarf on there with a badge, and that's kind of fun and okay. And of a similar sort of vein, you've got Brighton and Hove Albion. Again, the same type of style. And put them battling together. They might have a game towards the end of the season where they might just get the extra place on the other one. So pushing towards the top end of the mid-table and maybe trying to make a surge for that top six towards the end of the season. Another two jumpers, which I really do quite like. The first one's the Arsenal one, which has got the Santa Claus on it. It's got the Gunners logo scattered around. Quite a bit of an imagination there, quite fun. I could see yourself, if you're an Arsenal fan, wearing that out to a Christmas party. And then you've got the Newcastle with the Rudolph. Now, Newcastle's a bit difficult because all they've got to do with is play with black and white. And their Christmas jumper is black. But they've got the Rudolph in it with the big red nose, and it's got the Geordie fan at the bottom. And I thought that was quite good as well. So both of those, not bad at all. So the push for the top six is on. We've got four to choose from. I'm going to go with Wolves next. The Wolves one is quite bold with the Wolves head on it. And it's quite a nice, but I don't think it's quite as good as last year's. And then we go on to the Burnley one. I quite like this. It's quite Christmassy. It's quite simple and effective, and that would certainly be pushing for my top six for this year's Christmas jumpers in the Premier League. But the two that I think have got the best chance of getting into the top six, particularly on this year's Christmas jumper, is Aston Villa and also Manchester City. Now, Manchester City might be disappointed because they're normally at the top, but you know, they're not quite there when you see the top four. And Aston Villa, well, they're going to be really happy with being close to the top six because that's probably, you know, they can come 17th by the end of the season. Their fans are going to be delighted with that. But in terms of Christmas jumpers, they're right up there. So that brings us on to the race for the Christmas jumper Premier League, Champions League places. And I'm going to go in fourth, Liverpool. Liverpool obviously pushing for the Premier League title this year. It's theirs to lose, really. But unfortunately, if you're a Liverpool fan, you're not going to win the Premier League Christmas jumper title this year. But it is a good attempt, and I'm going to put you in the Champions League. Quite not like how it's been done, and so well done for that. The surprise package in the effectively the bronze medal position is Bournemouth. I think this is quite festive. I think what they've done with it, the way they've used the logos quite well. You definitely kind of, if you're a Bournemouth fan, you definitely wear this out and about, probably well into January. And that brings us up to the runners-up in the Premier League. Guaranteed Champions League spot, obviously, but runners-up, and Tottenham do have an habit of coming second in things. And unfortunately, they fall just short. It's a fantastic Christmas jumper. I like the image on the front. I like the guy that has got his Spurs hat on. It's very festive. It's very fun. And but it's just not quite the champion. So the Premier League Christmas jumper champion. It's not quite I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, but it is I'm Forever Blowing Baubles. I love what they've done in the shape of a Christmas tree with the little West Ham logos. It is West Ham United. This is an absolutely imaginative, fantastic, brilliant Christmas jumper. And yeah, so West Ham United, the Premier League Christmas jumper champion. It's definitely one that you'd be bringing out year after year. They'll be definitely forever blowing baubles, and for wherever you are, whatever Premier League club or whatever club that you're supporting, whatever division, I'm going to wish you and your family, obviously, a Merry Happy Christmas, and make sure that next year is a fantastic new year for yourselves and for your club. Please consider subscribing for more content obviously on myself and also football related items. Until the next one, I'm ghastly.